Thank you for joining us here today on the BTAF token AMA for the 23rd of March, 2023. I think let's kick things off, shall we? So, ladies and gents, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm joined here today by the esteemed panelists with me here, the team at BTAF token from bitcointaf.com. And today, as I mentioned, a very exciting day, something we've been looking forward to for a while, and that is staking. So we're going to get into that shortly, but as per usual, we're going to chat to, or at least hear from Marius as to what is happening out at BNB in the markets, and a little glimpse into the BTAF token as well. So Marius, if you're ready, you can take it away.
Thank you very much, John. Appreciate that. And can everybody hear me? That's all good, huh?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome. Now, what we're going to do is, the question is, what is happening with the BTAF token? And what I can tell you is that something good is happening. You know, the community has really taken effect. The token is doing well. You know, it's moving like we wanted to. So everything that we thought is going to happen for the last, let's say 2 or 3 months, I'm happy. I can see it's on track. Now, one of the statements that I want to make here, guys, is that what I'm going to show you now, I'm not giving you a forward-looking price on the BTAF token, because remember, we are a utility DeFi token, and we don't want to attach value to the token. But what we've done, we've built the BTAF token on the Binance Smart Chain. So it's basically when you have a blockchain like Bitcoin and you go and build another coin on top of Bitcoin. That's exactly what we did. So we took Binance as the prominent coin or prominent blockchain in the world. And the reason is why we went to Binance, for example, is because we believe that Binance is liquid, they cashed up, they're operating the business the best in the world, even better than any stock market anywhere else in the world. Binance has got enough money, they've got the resources, they've also got, more important, they've got the licenses. Now, you imagine when you look at Coinbase, what happened today with the SEC in America or overnight, you can see why we don't want to be associated with Coinbase. They haven't got the licenses yet. But with Binance, Binance is a lot more secure in that sense. And all of you have seen in the last 2 or 3 months when the FTX collapse came, that they tried. They tried to destroy Binance. But CZ is always 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game. He allowed them to do whatever they want, do the bank run, and then right at the point when they thought that Binance were going to collapse, what did CZ do? He pulled out a chess move on the chessboard, and he took $1 billion and bought a company. And they realized and said, listen, this guy is liquid. He's got a lot of money. What else has he got? So he's playing those cards. And let me tell you this, when FTX collapsed and he came out and he bought a company and he had $1 billion just lying around, how much else has he got lying around? So therefore, I believe that we as a team have made the right decision from day one to be associated with Binance and building on the BNB blockchain. Now, I'm going to have to show you BNB so that you can have an idea of what is happening with the BTAF token and where this token is going to go. Now, first of all, we did not start here way back in 2019. We did not start way back here in what is that? That is almost about 2017. Let me just move that. Yeah, the dinosaur shows you where they started. They started way back here in 2017. And that little blurb there that you see there, that is the high point of Bitcoin. Look how much BNB has outperformed Bitcoin since 2017. So now what has happened is this thing has gone up dramatically, and then a drop, and then up again, and then a drop again. In the future, let me clear all this up, and I'm going to give you an indication of what's going to happen in the future. Can you see that little blurb there? When this coin starts rising, your next blurb, we're going to be here in 5, 10 years from now, and the BNB token will be there. Then I'm going to say, listen, that tiny little thing is 2017. This was 21. This was actually 23. And then all these things are going to look tiny. Okay. Now, to give you an idea, short term right now, what is going to happen with the BTAF token in relation to its effect of being built on the BNB blockchain? First of all, we now need to go back and look at this. This is the date when we launched the BTAF token. So what has happened is BNB had a very big rise, and then it literally came down to here, and then it started going out, a bit of a falling wedge there, and then it's making that little loop there. Now keep that in mind, that this whole pattern that I'm showing you here now, and then we're going to move on to the BTAF token. Also keep in mind that BNB from this low has made a 45% gain. We have built our token in such a way that it will outperform BNB by at least double the margin. Now, we cannot go into the details of how we've developed it. That's our proprietary information. But over the coming years, you're going to see some really big, staggering multipliers be present in the BTAF token without giving you now or enticing you to buy the BTAF token. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'm showing you objective data. Okay. And when you present this to your friends and your family, please don't tell them that this coin can go to $1 or $2 or $3. That's not what we want to do. It's a utility DeFi token, and there's some exciting news that we are going to announce way later. But just go and have a look at the website btaftoken.com, and you'll see on the bottom the Q1, Q2, Q3. The data is not up there yet. We're holding it back a little bit. But we believe that what we're going to do will attract thousands, tens of thousands of people. Okay. But I'm not going to release that yet. We're going to release that a little bit later. But let's focus on where we are now. BNB has gone up 45%. Now, once you go here to the BTAF token now, let's go and see what happened with the BTAF token. This is the date that we launched in comparison to BNB. Remember, we went up, we dropped. Then we went up, we had a staggering almost 1,000% rise. Okay, almost 1,000%. Then we came all the way down exactly to like BNB, and then here's that cap that I've been talking about. Now, if you look at here on the bottom and you compare this now with BNB, you can see that we almost double outperform BNB. So if you held, for example, $50,000 of BNB here, you would have had about 50,000 plus 45% BNB. But if you held this in BTAF token, you would have had 100,000. But I'm not trying, remember this, I'm just giving you an analogy, an objective analogy of what happened with the coin in the last few days. Now, what I'm also going to show you, I'm going to show you what happened with Twitter a while ago. Yeah, way back in some time. Have a look at this for this pattern here. This pattern here is kind of like what we would call a massive bull flag pattern. A bull flag pattern is something where the market goes up, it then comes down like that, and then what happens is that it would break out. Now, sometimes what can happen is you can have a market that goes up and it would form something like this, and you can argue and then say that is a falling wedge, and all these, they break to the upside but really big. Literally what could happen sometimes in the case of this, you take the flagpole right to the top where that is. Now there's two indications here. You can take two lines, one there and one there. We don't know which one it's going to do, but what will happen is that is your target if you relate it back to that now, your target. So we're either going to jump either very big, make a new all-time high, and then eventually you can have these kind of lines that line up, and this can take us very big. But remember now, please, guys, I'm just saying here very nicely that we're not trying to give you a forward-looking price. I'm just showing you objective data according to technical analysis. Okay, so we're not trying to give you or entice you to buy. But now, let's clean up this quickly, and I'm going to show you what happened with Twitter, similar to this of the BTAF token where we are. Not that we are following the Twitter analogy, but I need to show you what I'm looking at. Now, if I move this chart now here to the right-hand side, I've got here on this side, I've got the Twitter information. Now, you can see here, there's a flashing chart pattern here. If I go over like that, you can see there's your chart pattern. Okay. Now, let's assume in any market, what normally would happen is that you can see that we had almost the same kind of movement here, there, and then we've got the same kind of movement here. Okay, right down here. And then what happened is there's your kind of movement here. And there is your breakout, and there goes your break. So we believe that there is a probability that we can perhaps break out here. Now, if you look, for those who are following the long-term trade and Elliott wave reports, remember what I'm talking about in Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is going to make this kind of move where Bitcoin has now, I'm just trying to think now, it's jumped up, is now doing a rounding top. You saw today that it just had that drop. Now that drop is nothing to be scared about. It's just because of the Coinbase SEC debacle they have. And eventually Coinbase is going to win the SEC and XRP will win as well. And that's one other reason to remember why coins are low, because we're waiting for the XRP lawsuit. Okay, the market is waiting. But Bitcoin effectively could go into this kind of pattern where Bitcoin maybe could make a higher low and then come down and then do that. And just have a look at the Elliott wave reports and long-term trade reports. All the data is in there. And then we have a breakout in about 30 to 45 days. The other alternative is that when we break out here, is that we could have a parabolic move, similar to what happened here. I do not believe it's going to be very quick. So let's say if I look at this now, where we are, is that we could go sideways a little bit, and that gives us time to accumulate. And then this leads us now, John, into the staking. If we are going to go sideways and not just drop majorly, this is the best time ever to take advantage of what John and especially Vicky is going to show you right now today. Over to you, John. Thank you very much.
Ooh, exciting times. Thank you, Marius, for that update. Again, ladies and gents, this is not price prediction at all, but we work on what the market gives us. But looking at the technical analysis, things are looking fairly up. And now is a perfect time. We mentioned on the previous AMA as well, start adding to your BTAF token bag. Again, not financial advice, but especially now that we have this new incredible opportunity, which Vicky will be shortly taking us through, all about staking. A number of you on the call are either diamond or platinum key holders. Some of you have your bags of BTAF tokens. But just to quickly give you a quick reminder, after Vicky will be taking us through the staking and the unpashing of the dashboard, we're going to hear from Niku as well, just around the FAQs and a couple other things. Wendy is going to give us an important update, and this is now the time to be talking about the understaking previously TAF tokens, and of course the gifting airdrop, because you want those tokens, you want to be able to stake them as quick as you can. And then just as a little surprise and a little thank you for those on the call, we are going to be giving away a bunch of BTAF tokens so you guys can get into staking. All exciting. And then of course, we do love your questions, so do drop them down in the Q&A section down below. Now, enough from me. Vicky, are you ready?
Yes, and I'm going to attempt I'm going to attempt something you should never do on a live call, which is a live demo. But nevertheless, we're going to have a go at it. So let me get to that page. I'm going to stop my video because it hangs a little bit with Zoom. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, and I'm going to go through both the website and the mobile version because they are slightly different. Oh, I actually have to share my whole screen so you can see it. So this is our new staking page.
Woohoo! Yay!
Yay!
Exciting.
Okay, without further ado, what we've tried to do here is keep it really simple and also put as much information here as possible. So there's no need, or at least very little need, to go to the BSC scan and manually search your transactions. So let's just have a quick look at this page. And again, I'll do the mobile version later. Up here at the top, we have the Connect Wallet button, which actually connects to your MetaMask, which obviously you need to stake. And then the normal buy BTAF, so you can buy more BTAF through PancakeSwap if you want to do this. Now, just a sidebar, you have to do the staking from the same browser that you already have your MetaMask installed. So I see right here at the top, just up here on the upper right-hand corner, I already have my MetaMask and I'm in my browser that contains my MetaMask. If you don't have your MetaMask in the same browser, it will give you a little bit of a warning saying, no, you don't have a MetaMask installed on this browser. So wherever you been using your MetaMask from, whether it's Chrome or Safari or wherever, you have to start, not Safari, that's different. You have to start in the same browser. So that's important. So you have to have this little guy installed already. And then we move down the page, and I'm just going to move Zoom out of the way because it's no matter where you put it, it's always in the way. This is our staking dashboard. So what we do first, what we do is before you do anything, it's going to look a bit like this, which doesn't really have much information on it. It tells you what the contract is, but it has nothing there. You have not staked in this contract. If you see this, it means either you haven't staked in the contract, or more to the point, you haven't connected your wallet yet. So what you really need to do first is either use this button up here on the upper right-hand corner or in the middle and connect your MetaMask wallet. So what you'll do here is you click it, and there it goes. So now my MetaMask wallet is connected, and things starting to look a little different now. First of all, it will tell you how much time is left before this contract expires. So this will be counting down. So at the moment, we actually launched this contract a few hours ago. So now we have 89 days, 19 hours, 50 minutes, and 34, 33, 32 seconds. And when it expires, that's it. You won't be able to generate any more rewards after that. So that's the first thing you have to do. Now my mask is connected, my MetaMask, and here you can say your wallet is connected, and up here it says connected. So that's how you can tell it's connected. And after you do that, you go, okay, now what do I do? What do all these buttons mean? And what we've done here, all these little guys here, these little question marks, if you hover over them, it will tell you what the buttons do. So this one tells you that you can calculate your rewards. So if you put in a certain amount of tokens, how many rewards will be generated from that? So we'll go through a little bit more of that just shortly, but there's little buttons everywhere. So if you're not sure what they do, you can just click on them or hover over them, and it will tell you what these buttons do. So the first thing what I'm going to do is just go through here left to right and do a little bit of everything. So calculate rewards, what that does is before you stake, you just want to know, okay, well, if I put in, you click in here, if I put in 1,000 tokens at the end of the contract, if I leave my tokens in the entire time, I'm actually going to generate down here 151.3 extra tokens. That's if I leave my staked tokens in the contract until it matures, so until it expires or until it ends. So that's what you can do here. This doesn't stake, this actually just calculates how many rewards will be generated for how many tokens you put in. So again, if you put 3,000 in, it's just going to tell you. Now this right here, every time you stake, you are going to get charged, or you're going to get a fee of 2.5%. So if you stake 3,000 tokens, 75 of those are going to go towards fees. So only 2,925 will end up in the contract. So it's just something to be aware of. And that's every time you stake. So every time you stake, you get that fee incurred. The other thing you need to be aware of is every time you stake, every time you claim rewards, every time you unstake, you will interact with the blockchain, which means the blockchain is going to charge you a fee, which it does normally. You know how when you send, anything from, say, Binance to your wallet or your wallet to someone else's wallet, you get charged a fee. So that's the same thing here. So every time you interact, do a transaction with the blockchain, the blockchain is also going to charge you a little bit of fee. Now, luckily, we're on Binance blockchain, so the fees are minimal, but it is something to think about. How many times am I going to stake? How many times I'm going to do rewards? Because it will take a little bit of BNB out of your wallet every time you do that. And that's the other thing. When you're staking, when you're unstaking, when you're claiming rewards, you have to have a little BNB in your MetaMask wallet as well, because that is the gas that the blockchain will use. So this here is calculate rewards. I go, okay, well, I'll get that many. And then you just close. Then what we can do here is, well, let's stake. Let's do a stake. And I'm going to move Zoom over again. So I'm going to click the stake button. And this is how you start your staking process. So you click the stake button. And it says, okay, well, how many tokens do I want to stake? And I'm just going, I don't have very much in this wallet. I'm going to stake 10 BTAF tokens. The fee incurred is going to be 0.25. So I'm actually going to stake 9.75 into the contract. So I'm going to be earning rewards on 9.75. And I'm going to say, yep, that's okay. I'm going to proceed to stake. And what that will do is it'll open up my MetaMask automatically. And this thing will spin around. So you have to just be careful about this because we don't want to do much yet until that's spinning. But over here, what that will do is it'll open up your MetaMask and it will tell you about how much the fee is going to be. And this is going to change every time you do it. It depends on the congestion on the blockchain, how much you're going to get charged. So this is going to be the fee in BNB. So it doesn't take it out as BTAF token, it takes it out as BNB. That's why you need BNB in your mask. And then you have to scroll down and you need to confirm. So this actually gives you another opportunity to say, oh, no, I don't want to do this. Because at this point, if you reject, nothing happens. It just goes, nothing happens. It hasn't gone onto the blockchain and all your tokens are safe in your MetaMask. But if you do want to continue with the stake, you do have to hit confirm here. So if I hit confirm, this little thing is going to keep spinning around. So don't refresh, don't do anything until it stops. And then there we go. Yay, I've just staked my tokens. So what this says here, let's just look a little bit more here. Now, right here on the upper left-hand corner of this dashboard, this is the stake number. So this is how many times you have staked in this contract. So every time you stake, each individual stake will create a separate line here. So I did this today because we just launched today. So I did this one today. I staked 9.75 tokens in, and I did another one today, and I staked 9.5, and I just did this one. So this is the one that I just did. Now, right here, just a little bit of an anomaly. If you're wondering why this says 0, it's just a little bit of a funny programming thing. So everything starts at 0. So this is actually your first stake. This is your second stake, but you have to do these numbers. You don't really have to worry about that because you don't need to know this is 0 and this is 1. It's just because this is on this line here. So this is the start date. And this is when I stake, the date. This is how many tokens I've staked. And then it gets a little bit interesting. So these are the rewards that are being calculated. And if you read the messages in the chat earlier or the channel, these rewards are calculated per second. So what can happen is this little button over here in the upper right-hand corner, if you refresh that, you will see this change. So let's just refresh it. It does take a little bit of time, and sometimes there it goes. So that just changed. So that it said something. And this is the stake I just did. So now you can see that this is generating rewards. So this is the stake I just did. So it's generated that many rewards already from the one I just did. Now, let's just go farther over. This is a little bit different here. The burn amount, and again, if you're not sure what it is, there's this little question mark and you can read what it is. But what this is when you unstake, there is no penalty to unstake as long as the contract has expired. So if this says 0 and you unstake, there is no penalty. But if you try to unstake before the contract is finished, there is a penalty incurred. So what's happened here is I did a little bit of a test before this call, and I staked my tokens, and then I unstaked my tokens. So what happened here was the fee that I incurred for unstaking early was this much. So I actually didn't get back 9.75. I would have got back 9.75 minus this much. So if you see a burn amount here, it means you've unstaked your tokens too early, basically, and a fee was incurred there. Now, if you're not sure what that means, or you do that, but if you're also not sure, you can try to unstake again. This is how you unstake your tokens. If you do that, it's going to say, nope, you've already unstaked your tokens. So it gives you a little bit of a hint that, oh, none of my tokens are in this particular line anymore, right there. What does happen though is this. So claiming rewards and unstaking tokens are two different things. So unstaking tokens, you are unstaking the amount that you put in initially. Claiming rewards, though, is you claim this. So these are, the rewards are being generated and you might want to claim them, and you can claim them as many times as you want without a penalty. So you can just keep claiming and claiming. But again, just remember that every time you claim, you're going to get charged BNB. Even though there isn't a fee incurred from BTAF, you will get a BNB fee. So you have to be really careful that you're not claiming less than what the BNB fee would be. But if you, so basically, again, you refresh your dashboard and those are still here. So even though I've claimed my tokens, I'm not generating any more rewards, but I have these left to claim. So I could just go here and say, okay, well, great, I have this many to claim. So these are the available rewards and I can claim them. So if I want to go claim, again, it's going to open up my MetaMask. And it's going to tell me the fee. So this is, again, really important because probably this much reward is less than 10 cents. So you have to be really careful how many times you claim rewards. But again, you have to confirm. So you hit the confirm button, this little wheel spins around, and then you just wait a minute until it stops. It's a little bit slower on Zoom than it is normally. And then it stopped, but it's still there. So just refresh your page. And what it will do is now it's 0. So now I have no rewards. I have no rewards and I've unstaked. So this line is pretty much done. So what will happen is you will be managing, let's say, every line here. And claiming rewards, again, there's no fee to claiming rewards. You can do it as many times as you want. But just remember that there will be a BNB fee because you're interacting with the contract or the blockchain. Unstaking, again, you can unstake whenever you want. So if I unstake here, what it says, I am unstaking before the contract is finished, because as we see, there's still 89 days left in this contract. So I can get my tokens out, you can get them out, but if you do unstake them before the contract finishes, there is going to be a little bit of a fee there. So I'm going to get 7.8 back and 1.9 are going to be burned. So these tokens go away forever. They're never released back into the market. So you just have to go, ooh, is it worth it? Do I want to unstake? If you don't, you can cancel. If you do, you just unstake tokens. And again, oh, are you sure? So we just want to make sure that you really want to unstake these tokens early because there will be a fee. And again, if you want to, you can confirm. If you don't want to, you can cancel out. And that's every line is the same. So if you want to stake again, there'll be line 3. And if you want to stake again, there'll be line 4, and so on and so on and so on. So what we've tried to do here is make this quite simple, because previously you would have had to go to the blockchain, and you still can. So you actually still can go to the blockchain, and every single BSC scan, and you put your wallet address in, and you'll be able to see every single line, every single in, every single out, all the rewards. But this is a little bit easier, we think, at least. So that is the dashboard on the website. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop sharing, and John's going to have a little song and dance for you. And I'm going to hook up my phone, because staking and unstaking from a phone is a little bit different, especially an iPhone. Okay, so this is, hopefully you can see my phone. And
Yes,
I have
we
an
can.
iPhone. Okay, great. So iPhones especially work a little bit differently because apps don't talk to each other on an iPhone. So what you need to do, you cannot go to btaftoken.io on your browser, like in Safari, and then try to connect your MetaMask. It will say, no, there is no MetaMask installed. So what you need to do is you have to open your MetaMask first. So what you do, this is my MetaMask. And then, I'm sorry, you're not going to see where I'm pushing, but in the upper left-hand corner, there's a little hamburger menu. So what you need to do there is click that. And then go to kind of in the middle, it says browser. So right in the middle, it says browser, you click there. And this is actually where you're going to put the website in. So down the bottom of the page, there's a plus button. So click the plus and it will say, okay, where do you want to go? So I want to go to btaftoken.io. I've spelled that right. Go. And then it's going to go to our website. And this is the mobile version of the website. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little hamburger again, and you click the little hamburger and you go to the BTAF stake page. So just give it 1 minute and there's the BTAF stake page. So it works exactly the same from here. So if you scroll down, what you'll see just here, same thing, you are not connected because right in the middle it says connect MetaMask. It doesn't say that you are connected, so you just push connect MetaMask, and because you're in MetaMask, it knows now where to find MetaMask. So you're in MetaMask, you're connected, and then everything else is the same. So you can actually click these little what are they called? Quotation,
Questions? Yeah.
Question marks,
Question mark.
thank you. You can click the little question marks and they'll tell you what all the buttons mean. You can actually stake. So I've staked twice in here. And the other difference here is it's a tiny little screen. So you're going to have to scroll to the right to see it. So just scroll, 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 but everything else looks the same. So you can refresh just here with this little button, refreshed, and it will refresh all of your details. You can scroll up and you can stake. It works exactly the same way. So other than you have to start in MetaMask first, everything else is the same. And then when you're finished, you don't want to do it anymore. A very good suggestion is to stop this connection. So what you do there is down the bottom of my phone, you can see a little 1 next to a house. And what that is if you click it, it'll tell you, click it, there we go. It'll tell you all of the websites, let's say, you're connected to in MetaMask. So it's always a good idea to go in here and say, where is my MetaMask connected to? Because I really don't want to leave my MetaMask connected to anywhere. And then you just click the upper right-hand corner where the X is, you just click that, and now you're not connected to anything. And then in the upper left-hand corner, you click the little hamburger menu again, and you go back to your wallet. So where it says browser now, kind of in the middle, underneath there it says wallet, and then you're back to your wallet. So other than you have to start in MetaMask, everything else is pretty the same. You have to start in MetaMask, you have to go here to your browser, put in btaf.io, and then everything else is the same. That's the difference between the website and a phone. So I just wanted to show you that as well. So there
And
we go.
also, just a really quick, just remember you also have to have BNB for your transaction fees.
You
So
certainly do.
make sure you have BNB in your wallet, or you are not going to be able to do anything with your BTAF token. You don't need a lot, just a little bit for transaction fees, but you need to have some in there. So make sure that both wallets are loaded up before you start staking. That might help. Great job.
And that is it for the moment. John, take it away.
Well, that was simply amazing.
Awesome.
Again, I'm a big fan of using the MetaMask app itself on the phone because you have that built-in what we call a Web3 browser. It connects everything quick and easy for you. So perhaps, Tammy, I see we're looking at that question there that you have around that. That might be an option. Because then everything is connected quite simply, but otherwise try again where you'd need to put in the number you want to stake. You'd have to obviously have BTAF tokens themselves. If you don't have yet, you can head on over to PancakeSwap. We've covered this a few times in previous AMAs. All of that content is still in the announcement channel in terms of some of the FAQs, some of the videos around that. So first of all, you have to have BTAF tokens. So head on over to PancakeSwap. Make sure you have, like what you were saying, you have BNB to be able to purchase that, and then for the gas fees, of course. And then once your wallet is connected and it actually picks up how many tokens you're actually holding, then you can pop in there where the number you want to stake. So if you're holding 10,000 or 1,000 or whatever, pop it in there to work for you, and then you can click stake. So just double check on that. From a problem perspective.
Yeah, I would say Tammy, to make sure Tammy is connected. Make sure the wallet is connected or you won't be able to do anything.
Yeah,
so you got to make sure you're connected.
Make sure you have the right wallet because you might have a second wallet that doesn't have the BTAF tokens that it is previously connecting to. So just double check on that. There is a question there from Martinez saying, when I want to connect MetaMask, it is connecting with my Encrypt wallet. I'm not sure, Vicky.
I would actually have to see that. Maybe, yes.
Maybe
Can
Marius
you-
will know the answer to that. Do you know
You
anything about
must
that,
have
Marius?
both installed on your browser.
Yeah, I don't know on the
Yeah.
Encrypt wallet. I don't know anything with that.
We will update
Martina?
that
Yeah.
question under the Help Center.
Yeah, we can test it out. And
Okay.
if you can actually, Martinez, create a support ticket in BTAF, BitcoinTrendingForecast.com, and we can actually, you can include a screenshot so we can have a look, but we will also test that out. These are good questions. Teething problem?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Tammy figured hers out. She just
She
said
did.
that she
Yeah.
saw that she had to put it in manually. Yes, you do. You have to figure out how much you're going to stake, because you may not want to stake all of them. You may want to stake all of them, and you got to know how many you have. So manual input is necessary. But keep asking your questions when you're new at this. We're all learning, and we're here to help you. So excellent job, Vicky. Excellent. So I'm really happy with the team putting all that together and getting it live. We will, if you have any problems, hit the Help Center. Michelle, she knows where that is.
Well, that's exactly what Nico's going to be touching on right now. We do
Oh,
love your
Nico's going to show. Okay.
we do want to be able to assist you, our community, as much as we can, wherever possible. That's why these live AMAs are fantastic. You can ask here and now. Otherwise, Nico's going to show you a little bit more on that. Right, Nico?
Definitely. Thanks so much, John. I'm the security guard of BTAF, so you know. So let me just just discuss this quickly. Let me share my screen. And yes, I just want to make sure I'm on the right screen. There we go. So we are here back on btaftoken.io on the main site. Like Vicky also showed, I just want to touch on something great B-Stake page here. Just remember to also go and read our staking, unstaking terms and conditions. It's right there. If you click it, it'll take you right there. So yeah, great job with the staking. Love that page. And you can see the button there as well. And it's a new one there on the website. So awesome. Then I want to scroll quickly down. Just want to show you some changes as well here on our roadmap. If you go now to our roadmap to explore it, you'll go to Q1. You will see now Q2 and Q3 is right there. So go read a little bit on what is coming. You will see launch staking platform is now Q1. That happened today. And then all the forthcoming attractions of Bitcoin TAF token that's going to happen here. So the roadmap has been updated, which is awesome. Then back here, go to our logo, you'll see the Help Center, that help button there. If you click that, remember, this is where our Help Center is. You will find all you need to know basically here. So if you scroll down again, once again, the staking, we've got all the staking questions right here for you. So the video that we just did now, we will record it and everything, as well as a nice tutorial for everyone and add it to you as well. But you can also find all your answers here underneath staking, as well as MetaMask that was discussed previously in other episodes as well. The MetaMask, everything you need to know, how to translate or take your tokens to MetaMask, how to operate it as well. And then just for general support, if you can't find an answer here, which I'm sure you will, just go to general support, how to contact support, go down there, and you can open a support ticket with us on the support side of it. Then I just want to also quickly touch again on MetaMask, on the security of it. If you open MetaMask, remember, after staking, after you've done everything we did today, or you put BNB over and you did Pancake, or you bought some tokens on PancakeSwap, remember to lock your MetaMask, like Vicky also said, on, as well as mobile, as well as desktop. It's very, very important to click that lock button right there. And so lock, and then you'll see the fox is following me again. And you can amuse yourself a little bit with that. So that's all. I've just got a short little presentation because I want to hand over back to John. There's more to discuss, but that is what the differences are now on the site as well as our awesome BTAF stake department that's added. So thanks so much for the opportunity. Thanks, John.
Sure. Very comprehensive. Thank you, Nico. Thank you for that update. There is so much information on our website, btaftoken.io, as well as in our announcement channel. So if you guys are ever looking for anything that we've spoken about, touched on regarding FAQs, links, anything and everything is in the announcement channel and on our socials as well. Hopefully you guys are following our social platforms. They're on our website as well. So speaking about staking, we're also going to touch on unstaking and your tokens. Wendy is going to quickly tell us a little bit more, or remind us at least a little bit more on those important points. Wendy?
Okay, I am on the old tokens, the TAF tokens, and unstaking those, not the new ones, but the old ones. So if you have not yet, then there's quite a few people yet that still have their TAF tokens on the unstake on that old wallet, on the old contract. You need to unstake those TAF tokens and put them back in your wallet. So there is a form on the Help Center, on the website, under the Help Center, you'll be able to see there is a question there. It's a few questions down that says, how do I unstake my TAF tokens? There's, I think, there's a form. There's a link to a form there, and you click on that, and you will be able to find the form that you need to fill out. So you need to request that to be unstaked and get those TAF tokens back in your wallet. Once you have them back unstaked, then you go back to the website, and there's another question under there about how do I get my BTAF tokens, my gift for gift liking of my BTAF tokens. You fill out that form, and then you will be, we will research the tokens. We will make sure we do our due diligence on our end. And based upon the screenshot that we had and your tokens that were staked, we want to gift you the 1-for-1 that you qualify for. So every month, at the beginning of every month, we issue a new airdrop, the BTAF token gifting. So depending upon how many tokens, TAF tokens you were holding and where they are, and that you get your forms put in that you qualify for, you'll be on a gifting allocation. So if it's over 10,000 tokens, then you'll go on a 10-month allocation. They're separated out, and you'll get 1/10 every single month until your gifting is finished. If you hold your tokens through the whole gifting process that you have, you will get an additional 1%. And if you're a diamond or platinum holder, you even get additional tokens as well, rewarded to you for holding the entire time. We do have some very exciting news coming up in the near future regarding our projects, which I'm not going to go into now, but you definitely want to be a diamond or a platinum holder and not unstake your tokens. So if you've got them staked, you're still a holder, we are going to honor that from TAF token days. We carried that over to BTAF token to the BTAF token. We've got some exciting news coming up with projects. Staking was number one. It's been on the top of the list that you guys could have a platform to start earning more BTAF tokens. So this was a very, very huge project. We were amazed about all of the developing that goes on behind the scenes and how complicated it really gets with these contracts. So the contracts have all been audited. We are happy to say we got tick marks on all of those. And so if you haven't unstaked your TAF and you don't have your gifted tokens yet, please fill in there's 2 different forms. So please fill those in so we can get you on your token allocation. If you have less than 10,000, your token allocation will be given to you much sooner. So, and we'll go through that process with you when you put your form in. If you have any problems whatsoever in staking, unstaking, and what's going on, and you just need some help, there is a help center. And so in bitcointaf.com, go into your account and go to contact support, and please put in a support ticket. Somebody answers those every single day. We have a big team that works behind the scenes on those, and we've got more than one eyes on there. We've got lots of eyes on there. So we will make sure that you get some help that you need. Just reach out, just don't be frustrated, because we do know that MetaMask is difficult. And in the back, in the help area as well, the team has put together some great videos. So under the MetaMask in particular, a lot of you struggle with MetaMask, and we've got some great videos there that walk you through the process. So that's all from me, John, on the unstaking, but I look forward to gifting out more in the very near future on the 1st of April.
Well, speaking of gifting, we've got something coming up shortly for those attending live. But just to reiterate, ladies and gents, and for those of you watching this video a little later, that the link for that support ticket center is currently in the live Zoom chat. However, it is on our website, btaftoken.io, under the FAQ section, as well as in all of our weekly bulletins. All the forms that Wendy was referring to, whether it be the unstaking form for TAF token or for the gifting airdrop token for that allocation, everything is there, as well as the support ticket center as well. So I'm starting to get hungry, really. All this talk of staking and hamburgers, hamburger menus and that kind of thing. But speaking of hungry, I know some of you are going to be very excited, whetting your appetites. For those of you who have yet to buy any BTAF tokens, head on over to PancakeSwap. But again, for all of you, get staking. We'd love to hear your questions. If you guys have any issues or any problems, do drop us that ticket, support ticket in the back end of your bitcointaf.com center. So yeah, well done, ladies and gents. Thank you for everybody for being here. The next AMA is going to be in 2 weeks' time on April the 6th, same time, pretty much the same place. But in that meantime, we're looking forward to hearing and seeing you guys staking those BTAF tokens as soon as you can. So from my side, thank you. Thank you for being here. The rest of the team as well. Thank you for being here with all of us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.